This is a review for the Morphy Richards Power Steam Elite Auto Clean 332013 Pressurised Steam Generator Iron. Okay, so this is how it came in the box. It has its base unit and it also has a little clip just down here at the bottom. If you just pull that out, you can then release the cord. It also does store the wire and the plug in there as well, but I've already took that out. When you finish, you just slide it back in. I think that's a really handy way to keep the wire out of the way. The front unit here is where the water goes, and I've just left this sticker on just so you can see here that it is actually an auto clean, so it does it by itself, which is another handy thing. You don't have to worry about doing that yourself. When you put your hand on the handle, there is a little clip inside, so if you just clip that and pull, you'll then release the unit for the water. So the water just fill up here through this little flap at the top, and then that goes in one side, and on this side this is where you would collect any lime scale or anything like that, so that would need regularly emptying. I've not used it too much at the moment, so there isn't anything in there to empty at the moment. When you've filled it up and you're ready to go, you just slide it back into the unit and it clicks when it's in. Now to release the iron, there's a little button here, and you just press that down, that releases the lock, and you just slide it out to the right, and then it releases the iron off the plate. When you're putting it back in, there is a little heel clip here, so you need to make sure that's in, and once that's in properly, it will click into place, so you know it's safely in there. And one of the good little things about it is it does say that you can use it as a handle, so you can just lift it like that when you need to move it. It is quite heavy, so you might need to put your hand underneath as well, but knowing that the iron's locked in place means it's secure enough to lift. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on so it can warm up. As you can hear there, it does make a beeping sound when you do turn it on, and then around the back here you can just see that there's some dials, so I'm just going to turn that on now. So just use the on button there, it'll beep again, it'll show the red light just at the top and a flashing light here. These are actually the steam buttons, so you've got the low, the medium and the high steam, and depending on which one you switch, using the arrows underneath, it will flash until it's ready. When it's ready, it will be a constant red light. Up at the top here, this will be a light that will light up when your water level is low, so it'll indicate that you need to fill that up, and then you've got a descale one here as well, and that will light up when it needs descaling. Okay. On the top here you can see that there is a little traditional dial that most irons have. This just works by turning it. I've already set it to a cotton setting because that's what I'm going to be ironing. When you do turn it up or turn it to the temperature you need, the blue light at the back here will come on, and when that goes off, that's when you know that it is ready to start ironing. So I'll be waiting for that to go off along with the flashing light at the back. And while I'm just waiting for that, I'll just show you that when you're holding on to the iron, naturally where your hand goes is where the steam releases here. So you just need to hold on to that, and that will release the steam. If you're ironing something that is quite tricky, it's got a lot of deep creases in it, you can use this button at the top here. This releases a powerful steam, and once you've used that once, you do need to leave it for 5 seconds and it will regenerate again, and you can use that again if needed. So as you can see from the back now, the light has stayed static, it's not flashing anymore, and the blue light has gone off, so that tells me that it's ready now to iron. So it's now ready to use, it's reached the temperature that I need, so I'm just going to use the lock button here, press that down, move it over to the right, and that releases it then from the plate. I'm going to use the trigger button on the bottom now. And to place it back on, remembering to use the heel so it locks in place, that way it's a good safety feature so it's not going to come off. And as you can see, I've just lightly gone over that bit at the bottom and it's took away all the creases. Now one thing to mention as well is that the cord at the back does get quite hot, depending how long you're ironing for, so you do need to be mindful for yourself or any children that may be around. Another thing to mention as well is that you can use this iron if you want to iron any curtains or anything that's hung up, any items that are hung up, and to do that all you need to do is hold it up. It recommends about 2 centimetres away from what it is that you're needing to iron, and you just continuously hold the steam button and move it in the direction that you need, and that should be able to help you with that. So I'm just going to pop that back in and click it into place. So once you finish ironing your piece of clothing, it does recommend that you wait for it to completely cool down before you move it, and also before you empty this. It does recommend to empty the water out after every use, so it's completely empty. And that's about it. I really like this iron.